What's up, everybody? My name is Brad, and today we're back in front of Stephen King's shelf, so you know what that means. And today we're talking about The Shining by Stephen King. This is sort of his haunted house book. It takes place in a hotel, but this is by many people considered to be Stephen King's scariest novel. I don't know if I would say that, but it's still really good. Um, this is a solid 5-star read for me. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot shorter than I expected. I always heard it was really super long, but this version was only like 447, 440, 450 pages. So it was a lot shorter than I expected. I always heard it was a super long book. But this follows the story of the Torrance family. There's Jack, Danny, and Jack's the dad, Danny's the son, and Wendy's the mom. And Jack, the father, is hired on sort of as the winter custodian for the Overlook Hotel that's in the Colorado Rockies. So it'll be just that family. The Torrance family will be the only people in this hotel for a few months at a time during the winter season while the hotel's closed. And Jack's responsible for the upkeep of the hotel, making sure the heating stays on, that the pipes don't freeze and bust, and all that kind of stuff. Jack is an alcoholic, and he's also an aspiring author. So he thinks this will be a great time to work on his book. So the family gets up there, and this is a horror novel. There are ghosts and things in it, but it's more the horror of human emotions, sort of like I talked about in the Pet Sematary review earlier in the week. The main horror in this book is Jack's descent into madness and sort of the cabin fever and claustrophobia, and sort of the hotel sort of putting things into his mind and sort of, I guess, more or less taking control of him, or putting things in front of him that he wishes to see that maybe aren't necessarily true. So like I said, it's more about his descent into madness and the horror of that, the things that he will do to get what he wants. This is sort of a ghost story as well. There are ghosts in here. The son Danny has what is called the Shine, which is sort of like this telepathic ability where he's able to, sort of like the Sixth Sense, he can see dead people and talk and interact with dead people. Sort of maybe a minor spoiler, there is a connection to the It novel in this book. Dick Hallorann is in this book, and he also played a really small role in the It novel. So that's some of the, King universe connections coming together here. But this, if you've ever seen the movie, this is drastically different than the movie. A lot of the iconic scenes in the movie don't actually take place in the book at all. There's things in the book that obviously don't take place in the movie, such as like the topiary animals. The scenes with the topiary animals are really cool. And that's just basically a bush that has been not carved, but trimmed to look like an animal. I believe there's lions in this one, and I can't remember if there's any other ones. The scenes with them are really cool. It's almost like the weeping angels. They never actually see them move, but they'll look and turn around. They maybe have moved a little bit, but they never actually see them moving. So it's sort of that creep factor where you can feel someone's watching you or feel someone's coming up behind you, but you never actually see it. The scenes with the topiary animals are really cool, and just Jack's descent into madness is fun to watch unfold on the page. Sort of the hotel speaking to him and trying to get him to do things, and showing him visions of things that have happened in the past, and basically sort of trying to trap him there and make him become a permanent resident of the hotel. I really like the ending to this book too. It's completely different from the movie as well. This is much more like drastic and final ending than what happens in the movie. Much more epic ending, I guess you'd say. I really like the ending to this better. But that is really all I have to say about The Shining. I don't want to say too much more for spoilers or anything like that. But like I said, this is a great book. Definitely a 5-star read. I really suggest you check it out. It's sort of King's haunted house novel, like I said. But don't go into it thinking there's tons of ghosts or tons of monsters and stuff like that. It's more about the human psyche, the human horror of going mad, getting cabin fever, stir crazy, and what you do to the people around you once that starts to take hold of you. There's really no escape. Like I said, they're in the Colorado Rockies during the winter, so there's really nowhere for them to go. They can't go to town really because there's a bunch of snow and stuff. So it's really isolated. It's very isolationist. Is that even a word? Very isolated book. A lot of cabin fever, just closed off spaces, even though there's in this giant, huge hotel. It does feel claustrophobic because they can't really go anywhere outside of the hotel. And they're just trapped together there for, a few months on end. So it's really, it delves into the psyche of, what happens to people that are put in those types of situations, which I really enjoyed. So like I said, don't go into it thinking it's complete, horror, ghost, monster book, because you might be disappointed. But if you go into it knowing there are those elements in it, but it's really about the human psyche and what happens to you in those situations, I think you'll get more enjoyment out of it. Like I said, this is my review of The Shining by Stephen King. 5-star read for me. If you've read it, I'd like to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Whatever your opinions may be. But thanks for spending your time with me today. Again, my name is Brad, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.